Asking a 106-year-old woman if she's afraid of death is just as foolish as asking a man who's walked 100 miles uphill whether he's afraid to sit down. What do you think is more frightening? Dragging yourself forward on rusted legs, or finally being allowed to rest? My name is Beatrice, 106 years old, a number that sounds more like a typo than a life. Living this long isn't a gift, it's a soaked winter coat from 1918. Heavy, cold, clinging to your skin like a polite curse. Every morning I wake up and it feels like God taps me on the shoulder gently like a patient host and says, "Put your coat on." And I do. I drag that weight into the kitchen, make my coffee, and watch the steam rise like souls with nowhere left to return. You ask if I'm afraid of death? No. I'm just waiting to hang this coat up. You fear death because your party is still loud. The music is playing. Your glass is still full. You still owe life your trips, your debts, your moments of being called by name. But me. My party ended a long time ago. The lights are off. The guests have gone home. I'm just the last one left, picking up broken glasses, wiping dried wine off the wooden floor. My husband died 40 years ago. His name still lingers in my mouth, but the world has forgotten how to pronounce it. The friends I once jumped rope with in dusty yards now lie beneath the ground for real. Even the doctor who used to examine me died before he could prescribe anything for his own old age. The cafe where my husband and I had our first date is now a parking lot. Concrete, flat, no memory, no soul. I'm living in a ghost town. Not the kind that's abandoned, but the kind where I'm the only one left who remembers it ever existed. I walk past the street corner and see two worlds overlapping, one of the present and one of what's been erased. You call that living? No. That's standing guard over an invisible graveyard. So when I close my eyes, I don't think I'm leaving this place. I'm just going home. You think death is a thief, sneaking in at night, stealing your time, your memories, the things you haven't had the chance to spend. Wrong. Death doesn't steal anything. It's a librarian, polite, precise, unemotional. It simply stands there and says, "Time's up, return the book." Your life is a borrowed book, not a possession, not forever. Just something you're allowed to hold for a little while. I once had a friend named Clara. She owned a set of fine porcelain teacups so beautiful that even light seemed to pause when it touched them. She had expensive silk dresses, soft as a whisper, but Clara never used them. She kept everything behind glass, waiting for a special occasion, a perfect day, a worthy afternoon. But Clara died on an utterly ordinary Tuesday. No music, no warning. The teacups remained untouched. The dress never felt the sun. Do you understand? Clara kept her book so pristine she never really read it. You do the same. You're afraid to crack the spine, afraid to stain the pages, afraid to live too much. And when the librarian comes, you hand back a perfect book that was never truly lived. That's not dignity. That's a tragedy. My book is different. It's torn, stained with coffee, tears, and the mud from the days I fell with no one there to catch me. But every page has been read, and when the librarian comes, I won't argue. I'll just smile, hand it back, and say, I lived. You think the scariest part is that the final moment will hurt, don't you? Like a machine being smashed, like a light yanked off its wire and going dark in an instant. No, this body is wiser than all the fears you imagine. I've been close enough to that door to know it doesn't shut off, it dims. Like an old chandelier in a vast room, the light doesn't vanish all at once. It softens little by little. It makes you sleepy, gently, like a long rainy afternoon. It takes away your hunger as if to say, we won't be needing these things anymore. Sounds grow distant. The ticking clock, voices, everything pulls slowly away from your ears. It's not a system failure. It's mercy. A voice so soft it's almost not there whispers, hush, where we're going. There's no need for noise. I held George's hand as he slipped away. That hand used to be so warm I could fall asleep in it. That day, it felt like paper. I looked into his eyes. I was bracing myself to see fear, to see panic, but there was none. His eyes were open, not from fear, but from wonder. Do you know what look a child has the first time they see snowfall? Or the first time they hear a piece of music that makes their heart skip? That was George's gaze. He was looking past me, through me, as if I were just a shadow standing in front of something too radiant to comprehend. And then he smiled. A very small smile, but enough for me to understand. He had just realized he'd spent his whole life worrying about something that wasn't frightening at all. I'm not telling you this to make you look forward to death. Don't misunderstand me. I'm telling you so you'll live. Live urgently. The only reason I can sit here talk to you and not tremble at the mention of death is because I've drained my tank dry. There's nothing left. I've forgiven people who didn't deserve it, not because they earned it, but because I didn't want to carry that garbage into my grave. I've said I love you so many times that my family got sick of hearing it. They laughed, told me I was repeating myself, but I didn't care. I wanted them to remember my voice, not my silence. I ate cake on days that had no reason for it. I wore the red dress on afternoons when no one was watching. I lived as if every page might be the last. And you, if you're afraid of death, it's not because death is frightening. It's because deep down, you know you're not finished. You still owe an apology. You're still holding on to a grudge. You're still putting off a trip. You're carrying too much. And, you can't take any of it through that door. Don't wait until you're 106. Don't wait until your hands shake too much to call someone. Don't wait until your memories start falling away like dry leaves. If there's a ticket you want to buy it tonight. If there's someone you need to apologize to, do it. Because when you stand at that door as I do now, your hand on the handle, the only thing you won't want to carry with you is the phrase, what if? And one day, when you hear that old Beatrice has left this world, don't cry. I mean it. Don't sit there with a long face as if something's been stolen. Nothing's been taken. Put on some lively jazz. The kind that makes your feet refuse to stay still. Pour yourself a drink, strong enough to remind you that you're alive. And if you think of me, smile, because I haven't disappeared. I've just slipped off a pair of shoes that were far too tight, and I had to wear them for a century. I'll see you on the other side, but take your time getting there. There's no need to rush.